So a lot has happened in the past couple of days as the first week of free agency has come to an end. From the Raiders making more moves in free agency to the real reason why the Raiders traded away Darren Waller, and we finally get to hear from our future quarterback Jimmy G. All of that and more in today's video. But first, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and hit that notification icon button to notify you guys when I upload more videos just like this.
And you tell them one thing. Just win, baby.
It's because you're not feeling loosey.
So first things first, let's talk about some transactions that the Raiders have made in the past couple of days. Starting with long snapper Jacob Bobenmoyer.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Now, according to some reports, the Raiders have signed Bobenmoyer to a 3-year, $3.8 million contract with $1 million guaranteed. Bobenmoyer appeared in 46 games in the past 3 years for the Denver Broncos. Now he comes to Las Vegas and reunites with his former special teams coordinator, Tom McMahon. So with this move, I know that there's a lot of people out there probably wondering, what does this mean for Trent Sieg? Well, good thing you asked, because according to many reports, the Raiders have released long snapper Trent Sieg, saving the team $1.1 million in cap space. Now, this does suck only because I feel like he built a rapport already with Daniel Carlson and AJ Cole, but it is what it is. I wish nothing but the best for him on his future endeavors. Now, some other players that the Raiders have brought back and re-signed have been linebacker Curtis Bolton and offensive lineman Hroniss Grassu. Now, I understand that these aren't the names that many people want to hear, but they do provide depth at the position of needs. For Bolton, he played in 10 games last season for the Raiders, racking up 5 total tackles and 11 tackles on special teams. And that's where he's going to be used at the most, is on special teams. So don't expect them to come in and change our defense, especially at the linebacker position, because I just don't feel like that's where his strengths lie. As for Grassu, he played in only 4 games for the Raiders last year, but expect him to be more of a depth piece on the offensive line, nothing more, nothing less. Now, in some other news, there are reports going around that the Raiders could be bringing in another veteran quarterback, and no, he never played for the Patriots. According to Phil Yates, the Raiders hosted free agent quarterback Blaine Gabbert on a visit. Now, Gabbert has been somewhat of a journeyman in the NFL since being drafted 10th overall in the 2011 draft. He spent the last 3 seasons in Tampa Bay backing up the quarterback that could have been a Raider, Tom Brady. In his 11-year career, he's racked up 9,302 yards, 51 touchdowns, to 47 interceptions. Now, if this was entirely up to me, I wouldn't want to bring Gabbert over here to Las Vegas, but I do understand that the Raiders do need another veteran to back up Jimmy G. I just wish it could have been Jarrett Stidham. I wish we could have re-signed him, but he ended up signing with the Donkeys. So if it is Gabbert, then so be it. As long as the Raiders can go into this year's draft and at least bring a young rookie, whether it's in the 1st round, 2nd, 3rd, 4th round, bring somebody in that can groom under Jimmy G. But what do you guys think, Raider Nation? Should the Raiders go out and bring in Blaine Gabbert as a veteran backup quarterback to Jimmy G, or should the Raiders just draft a rookie quarterback and just go with that? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Now let's talk about our former star tight end Darren Waller. I know I kind of talked about him when we traded him away, but I seen a clip of Michael Lombardi explaining why he believes the Raiders ended up trading Darren Waller.
You know, like, to me, you can make an excuse for something, but I just think, to me, this is about durability. This is about, I'm getting ready to pay you $11 million. We redid your contract, you know, and on the bye week, you know, instead of rehabbing, you went home for 4 days and accrued the fines, you know. And so on the bye week, you went home and, you know, and just didn't even talk to anybody, just went home and said, left a message, say, hey, find me, I don't care, I'm going to Southern California, I got to see kids. Okay, go ahead. You know, but does that tell you as a coach you want to win? Does that tell you is that where's that come from? See, these are the things people don't understand. It's always the players are right, the coaches are wrong. And I'm not saying this because my son's the coach there. Like,
now, this is really interesting. After watching this video, he does make some good points. Plus, you know, he does have a son that coaches for the Raiders, offense coordinator Mick Lombardi. So there could be some truth in this. And it really made me think about, you know, Derek Carr's presser when we lost to the Indianapolis Colts. He questioned the lack of commitment from certain players in the locker room, which brings me back to this topic. Could he have been talking about Darren Waller all this time?
I'm just pissed off about some of the things that a lot of us try and do just to practice what we put our bodies through just to sleep at night. And for that to be the result of all that effort pisses me off. Knowing what some guys are doing, like I said, just to practice what they're putting in their body just to sleep at night, like just so we could be there for each other. And I wish everybody in that room felt the same way. about this place.
What do you mean by that?
And as a leader, that pisses me off, if I'm being honest.
It still is a mystery to me, but it is what it is. You know, we can move on from Waller now, and hopefully we can find a viable replacement because, I mean, he was definitely a talented tight end, so we'll see. So Jimmy G finally made his presser on Friday, officially making him the next quarterback of the Las Vegas Raiders. And I must say, that all-black fit, go hard. My dude was out there looking like Bruce Wayne, ready to team up with the Joker, McDaniels.
You wanted me. Here I am. You complete me. You're garbage.
Now, we quickly found out why his presser was pushed back, and no, it wasn't because he sprained his ankle or failed a physical. According to Jimmy G, it was mainly just wrapping up the final details of the contract.
No worry. I mean, it was just honestly just talking, language, things like that, but both sides, I think, knew what we wanted to get done, so it was very collaborative, actually, just us coming together.
Now, there were many fans out there wondering why none of the current players welcome any of the new signings like they did before in previous years, but I guess that wasn't the case, because according to Jimmy G, Max Crosby and Devontae Adams were the very first people to hit him up once he signed with the Raiders.
I've actually met a couple of guys in here the last couple of days. Andre James, saw him walking through. Character of a guy, I like him so far. But yeah, talked to Devontae, Max. They were like the first two to text me when I first all started happening, so I'm excited to meet everyone else, though.
Another thing that really got me hyped up in this press conference was the fact that, you know, somebody asked him, you know, with everything that he's went through, with all the success that he's gone through, you know, being a Super Bowl champion, leading the Niners to the Super Bowl, with all those accolades, does he still have anything to prove?
Hell yeah. Trying to win a Super Bowl. I know every player says that when they come up to their first press conference, but that's my goal. I want to go get a ring, get the silver and black back to where it should be. But it's a process, but it'll be worth it.
Now, of course, I know that everybody says that in their press conference, but really makes you feel that he's confident that he'll come over here and win. He knows that he's coming into a team that, you know, most fans are probably not really open to having him as the new quarterback. So when asked if he had any message for the Raider Nation to get to know him, this is what he had to say.
I think it'll happen naturally. I don't want to force anything, be unauthentic. I just want to be myself, and it's done me well in the past. I think the hard-working part, setting the example for the young guys, bringing everyone along, getting everyone on the same page, I think those are the little things that go a long way. And just, like I said before, I'm trying to bring an energy to this building, get everyone going in the right direction. And when you play with passion on the field, I think it translates to the building too. And I don't know everything about the Raiders yet, but I want to embrace the culture, embrace the history of this organization. It's going to be fun going forward. I can't wait to immerse myself in it.
Now, you guys already know how I feel about Jimmy G, and after watching his presser, I'm even more hyped. This could definitely be one of those signings that everybody hates at first, then it ends up being a blessing in disguise. But like everything, you know, the only way he'll earn the respect of the whole Raider Nation is to simply just win, baby. And it's always been like that no matter who the quarterback. But sadly for the Raiders, we haven't won much in the past 20 plus years, especially with Derek Carr, which is what eventually led to his release from the team. Whether or not it was his fault, the quarterback will always get the praise when we win and will get the blame when we lose. So with that said, I'm rooting for Jimmy G this year. Maybe he turns his career around like, you know, Jim Plunkett, a former Patriot that went to the Niners, didn't have much success while having his own issues, then coming to the Raiders. Let's just hope that he can win some Super Bowls with us. So with all that being said, we'll see how this season pans out. I want to ask you guys, Raider Nation, with enough time to digest this move, how are you guys feeling about Jimmy G moving forward? Do you guys still feel the same as you guys did when we first announced this move, or are you guys starting to come around? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. With all that being said, Raider Nation, until the next video, this your boy Simone Raider and your boys. Yeah.
Started off in Oakland, now we here. Thought that we was done, we just hit another gear. Look, started off in Oakland, now we here. Hey, pull up with the nation in the silver black gear. Look,